Something massive is about to happen, and it cannot be stopped. Many people finding this, you've been waiting for years. And some people might think this is a joke. All right, let's go for a walk, and I'll tell you what's about to happen. When we think about the changes of the world and what we're feeling, okay, the days of the great solar flash. In recent times, I've been sharing how I had to go on these walks, but in a different situation. I had to ground to the earth, and I literally had to walk for miles. And maybe you're getting this message. What has already hit us, activated us in the heart. So as I've shared with several of the other divine masculine, what you felt shook you up in the heart, and it was actually overwhelming. And you might had to walk. I might have walked 500 miles, and reflecting on that and walking under these circumstances in a different reality almost, reflecting back on what I felt in the past year. What is starting to happen is the reality that you were experiencing is rapidly collapsing. This is the end of time, but it's not the end like gloom and doom. It's the end of linear time, and the reality is kind of changing into what is known as the quantum. And you already started to feel it within the body. So as I go on this walk and I reflect on, what I felt in the heart and having the need to ground to the earth, and maybe you're still going through that phase right now. Energy is the ability to cause change. We could detect energy's presence by noticing a change. So you, the person that's getting this message, you might have to reflect, and you could say to yourself, you know what? You notice the change. You notice the change in the state of your homeostasis, right? Your normal state where everything is quote unquote normal, but normal for you. You know how you normally feel, and maybe you go through something called ascension symptoms, where you wake up in the middle of the night, you might feel irritable, you might feel tired one minute, and then the next minute you're a bolt of energy, and it doesn't make any sense in your rational mind. All right, so when we reflect back on everything that has happened in the past year, our reality is a collection of many electromagnetic fields, if you will. The main one in you is your heart chakra. And that electromagnetic field is 5,000 times greater than your brain. So to experience what a lot of people have felt, even joking around with some of my brothers saying, the heart's going to explode, I'm going to have to keep moving. You went through great changes this year, and you were called, and you had to find ways how to recalibrate your nervous system. There's a reason why many people are going through a change in their nervous system, all right? Because the reality that you receive is actually dictated by that nervous system, that electromagnetic energy that's coursing through you. If you are in a fight or flight response, you cannot receive anything besides that in your reality. So many people across the world, you went through a tough time post 2020. Does that resonate with you? Well, all of these feelings, all of these emotions, which is actually energy in motion. Your emotions, they're not to be denied, okay? You have to address them. You have to live your life knowing that just like the water needs to flow, the current, the electromagnetic current in you, the emotions, they need to flow. And when they're stagnant and especially men that are getting this, you might have been, taught to, shove things inside and, don't allow them to come out. On our journey, it's a little distraction that way. On our journey, we are not to shove these things down, but actually allow the energies to course through us. And, just like how I'm out in the open right now, and it was a random massive distraction, it gets me to take a second to take a pause. And a lot of people, they haven't taken a pause really, maybe ever, but definitely post 2020. And the reason for this is people got thrown into the fight or flight response. And you're going to need to take that pause. You're going to need to reset your everyday life. I shared with the community and the world really how I reset my body going through this ascension process. And you should check out my video, How to Reset Your Body for Optimal Health. You might have spent years and you never addressed it. A lot of people in the world, they're doing something that you shouldn't actually be doing. It's called aging. And this is ascension. The eagle. It has a decision to make. Am I going to continue my life weathered and beaten down? Or will I fly up to the top of the mountain, break the beak off, and grow it back? And going through this process is very difficult. I've shared before the Heinrich metamorphosis that the caterpillar goes through. But if you're getting this message, you might have had to go through a phase like this. A lot of people, they just keep shoving it down and moving forward with their life. But what has happened is a massive energy has hit this world that we live in, and it coursed through all of us. We live in a frequency, it's known as the Schumann resonance. And when we are picking up on this, we know your subconscious brought you to this video. How you doing? Nice to see you. There's something that we all pick up on. All animals are able to pick up on vibration and frequency. This has been documented where animals know before a massive event happens, they might evacuate the area. They begin to move. And not that we're evacuating this world, if you will, but a lot of us were stirred up this past year. Were you stirred up in the past year? Did you have this urge to move? Well, a massive recalibration had to happen. And so many people, they're living an inorganic life and it can't go on anymore. You have to get back into balance. You have to get back into alignment. You are going to have to get back to nature. And just because we live in a world, it doesn't mean that that's everything. All right? So when you feel a lot of these shifts, and the main one was in the heart chakra, when you experience changes, the feeling that you can't really even express. You might have feelings that you are going through and you don't even have words to explain. And, you've never felt these things before. Don't worry. Your Uncle Mike will take care of you. There is no right or wrong when you go through these activations. But there is something that is happening at a large level. People have ascended in the past, over the years, but this is something that when it comes to humanity as a whole, we've never done collectively. And that's why, I don't know if the mic's picking it up, this is what I do. You have to move away from the distractions. And just like how you might be maybe picking up that background noise right now, the further and further you move away from it, your nervous system begins to reset and recalibrate. You can't live in fight or flight, and a lot of the ways of the world, it's not the way that you're supposed to be living. And so many people, they were out of balance, they were out of alignment. We see when it comes to the human species, a lot of out of balance behaviors. Nikola Tesla spoke about this. And when men and women, or just people in general, they're not embracing love. They're actually worshiping the matrix, and they're not worshiping what matters in life: family, love, passion, dreams, and having a personal relationship with God. But this massive event that's happening, the solar flash, it's not a joke. Something has changed in the sun. And if you are having a conscious and aware experience, you might have picked up on this as well, right? Maybe years ago, you used to see a nice yellow sun in the sky, but now the sun looks like it's almost white with an indigo halo around it. The purple, the indigo, because the frequency is shifting. We're going up another octave. So just like how the sun is changing, and you might have picked up on that change, well, we are changing ourselves. You know, people have seen me on my journey, and they can see the change in 7 years. And maybe you might have to go on a journey of self-discovery, of metamorphosis, of ascension. And it might take several years. But right now, we're all kind of coming together. And this is happening at a massive level. There's no right or wrong to the journey, but something has changed, something is different. And in order to have great change, in order to have an experience of life, you have to change at a subconscious level. I teach about manifestation, and what I'm sharing today is something that maybe most people don't share. Well, what about the collective manifestation? That's why it's all happening at once. You have to know this. You have to know that there is going to be a void. There is going to be pain. There is going to be a bridge that you need to cross. And it is known as the bridge of incidents. I want you to reflect on the past year. What a year it's been. Hasn't it been a crazy year? Oh, baby. You're laughing right now because you went through this. And I'm out here teaching you. This is known as the bridge of incidents. And so many things have to happen that we can't really understand in our rational mind. But from a quantum level, these things had to happen in order to get to our next destination. Where is our destination? The destination is unknown. We are going up a higher octave, and what was familiar to us in the past, it's not part of our everyday life anymore. And it requires so much energy. And that's why something massive is about to happen. And it cannot be stopped. You know, there are things that I went through this past year, and I could stand out here and really reflect on my journey and be honest. There was nothing that I could do to I love this thing. There was nothing I could do. This cannot be stopped. You think that you could stop this energy, but once this energy hits you, it can't be stopped. There's feelings, there's stuff, there's maybe even within you, there's stuff that's popping up. It's in the subconscious. That subconscious has to change. Energy is the ability to cause change. To have so many people reset algorithm, reset their subconscious. And energy is hitting this earth, and it's been hitting this earth all year. We've been bombarded with X-class solar flares. We've had massive spikes in the Schumann resonance. And it doesn't really matter what your modality is. And, you know, when you think of the solar flash, even if you think about it as a beautiful crystal and a portal and light that comes, light energy that resonates within your DNA receptors. 93% of the function of DNA is responsible for light and sound reception and transmission. We are out here on the front line knowing, understanding that something massive is about to happen and it can't be stopped. And when it happens at an energetic level, it happens energetically first, and then it'll manifest in the reality physically. And that's why this past year was very powerful. Isn't this a powerful moment right now? You see why I come out of nature? Oh, could you smash the like button if you love this video? Have you ever seen a video like this before? Probably not, right? So when I'm here to inspire people, right? You got to get connected with God. You got to work with signs. You got to work with synchronicities. And you have to start building things and creating things and do things that nobody else can do. A massive event is about to happen, and it cannot be stopped. What's up, man? See? Oh, man. You could feel this power coursing through you right now. You came across this message today. That was amazing. Wasn't that it's unbelievable, these things. You came across this today because there are things that reside within your subconscious. It's 95% of your existence. It's more powerful than your conscious. And the energies that are coming in, this massive shift can't be stopped. If you fight against it, it's going to be a difficult time. And people are getting this, and you've been on this journey, and you might be new. Don't fight against it. You have to go through it, because the only way out is through. Can you feel it inside of you? When you change at an energetic level, when you see the signs throughout the year, you might have felt it. And, you know, it's really coming full circle to what we're moved to do. You know, I can reflect on the past year, and here I am. And, you know, we don't realize there are things that we can't stop. And start realizing this on your journey. The bridge of incidence, you know, the quantum. This is the end of time. So linear time is ending, and this is the beginning of quantum time. So this is a change at a deep energetic level, a subconscious level. The matrix itself, if you will, is changing. So along with that, you're going to have these signs, you're going to have these symptoms in the body. So let us know down below, have you been feeling this? Did you go through a phase this year when you felt it in your heart? That's love. And I don't think people really understand what these energies truthfully mean. If you're ready to become the creator of your reality, and this message resonates with you, why don't you click the subscribe button and let's take the journey. Because as I told you a long time ago, this reality is about to change and it will never be the same again. Who would have thought that consciousness would be cool? Wow. Future. 7 years proves the past. I'm a man of my word, and here we are. Never stop, never give in. You will be moved. Don't be stagnant. Just keep going. I love each and every one of you. We are on a journey, light warriors. We are on the journey of self-discovery and remembering, oh yeah, baby, remember who you are. Remember the power that you possess. And remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious that something massive is about to happen and it cannot be stopped. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. Oh, we can feel it. And I tell you what, I can definitely feel this cold. So we're gonna wrap this video up right now. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you feel this at a deep level, leave a comment. Please share this with others. Hit the like button and show up every day. And by the end of this year, you will be in a brand new reality, on a brand new timeline. And where will you be? Well, the destination is unknown. Buckle up. You're in for one amazing ride.